we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture. Yeah, not just white, but white American.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, it's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out.
You don't let everyone into your home.
So a group in Arkansas is building all-white town. Yes, you had that right. A segregated all-white community near Springfield, Missouri. They call it Return to the Land. But many people are asking, return to what exactly? Segregation? White superiority? They are openly saying they want to preserve white American culture. And they want to live apart from everyone else and control who their neighbors are. So is it about pride or is this about prejudice? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing. Let's break it down.
A whites-only community could be coming to Springfield, Missouri. Yes, you heard that right. In 2025, a whites-only community. There's a group called Return to the Land, a self-declared whites-only organization already based in northern Arkansas. Their co-founder just announced that they're eyeing Springfield for expansion. This isn't just talk. They already own 160 acres of land in Arkansas alone, with cabins, wells, and a so-called community center, all for people with European ancestry. That's code for no black, no brown, no Jewish, no non-Christian people. This is white supremacy dressed up as rural living. It's illegal, it's very hateful, and it has no place in Missouri or anywhere else in America. Well, maybe the White House.
Come on, guys, let's be real. This isn't about heritage. This is about hate. This is about building a safe space for white supremacy under the guise of community. And what's even more disturbing, these people feel so fucking emboldened these days that they're not even hiding it anymore. They're openly promoting racial segregation like it's normal, like this country didn't literally fight an actual civil war to end this bullshit. This is what happens when politicians feed the lie that diversity is the problem. This is what happens when you have people in power pushing the idea that America was better when it was whiter. They want to isolate, they want to indoctrinate, they want to raise their kids in a world where no one challenges their racism, their ignorance, or their twisted version of history. So, here's the question. How in the hell are we letting this happen in broad daylight? Where are the zoning boards? Where are the civil rights investigations? And where is the national outrage? Because if they succeed here, this won't be the last. It'll literally be the blueprint. We are watching the normalization of white nationalism one community at a time. And if you're not disturbed by that, you're either racist yourself or you're just not paying attention.
Black folks, let's talk real quick. White people, y'all can stay too if you want to. But black folks, let's talk. It's been an uptick in racism since Trump. Y'all know that. Y'all know. Y'all seen that they building a whites only town. I want to say it's in Ozark or something like that. Missouri. Is Ozark in Missouri? I don't know. Only Ozark I know is the Netflix show. I never heard of Ozark before that. But they're building a whites only town. And it's a white creator on here. I'm going to post his picture. He was so flabbergasted. Oh, it's 2025. We shouldn't be doing that. Yes, the fuck they should. And please build more. Please build more. Let us know who you are. Because I want to know that I don't need to fuck with you. Build more. Move there. Because our ancestors built this shit. I ain't going nowhere. I promise you that. I ain't going no fucking where. I'm going to go and visit other places. But me and my black ass children, we're going to be right here in these United States. So please move to your whites only town. Baby, stay there. They're also building a whites only restaurant. Please. Have at it. Please fix your mayo and salt and pepper. Baby, cook your food. We don't want it. And I don't want you spitting in my food because you don't like the color of my skin. I don't want you working at a restaurant that I will patronize. So please do it. The lady who walked into the urology doctor and the doctor had that tacky ass big Trump flag on the wall. I'm going to put a picture of that too. Baby, you seen what you needed to see. Get the fuck out of there and go to another one. You feel me? It's so many black people and minorities die at the hands of racist doctors who put on this fake mask, this fake facade, like they are okay with us and they're not. I don't care what y'all try to say. Black people has been saying for years that motherfuckers is racist. When are you going to start listening? People is racist before Trump. People have been racist before fucking Trump. It is not new. They're just more bold now, and I appreciate them for that. Baby, come on out. Come on out. And I know I get on here with my bonnets and stuff. But when I step outside that door, I don't look like where I come from, okay? But best believe I will cuss you the fuck out. I don't look like I will pop the fuck off, but I will. And it surprised people every single time. I don't fuck around with no Karens. I never will. And I thank God. God knows what I can bear because I have never encountered a Karen. I will pop the fuck off. I'm not accepting shit from nobody.
So they're doing a whites only community in Arkansas and the fucking Ozarks. A whites only community in Arkansas. This is where we're at in America today. Like, what the fuck do you mean you don't want to be around people that look like me? Us brown people are fucking cool as hell. Positive vibes, good food, beautiful people. Like, what the fuck do you mean you guys want to live in a whites only community in fucking America in the year 2025? What had to happen in your childhood or growing up that as adults you guys decided that you guys want to live in a whites only community? Doesn't that sound fucking stupid? How racist do you have to be to want to live in a whites only community? I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but even if I was white, that sounds lame as fuck. Like, I would never want to do some shit like that.
Apparently, there's a group of white people that are trying to build an all-white community in Arkansas. Baby, I don't know why everybody's so doggone mad. If they want to go over there and do that, let them. Because let me know where not to go. But my question is, since you don't want nobody else over there but y'all, does this mean you're actually going to leave black people alone?
To mention that the double standards are insane, because if this was the other way around and any other race was having a community and wasn't letting white people in, the outrage and the public uproar that would occur is, you can only imagine. This group said in that interview that the community was about freedom and just a community. However, it is nothing other than organised hate. The fact that this is also legal and does not fall under any regulation of discrimination and simply racism is absurd to me, but also not even slightly shocking considering the current state of the USA. And people say that the far right aren't racist or xenophobic or sexist or whatever, but then full on build a community based off race and segregate people based off race. It is genuinely very, very scary times, and the fact that this is accepted, disgraceful.
Did you see the video where this guy said they're putting up whites only signs at establishments in Missouri? But then I saw another video about it and people were pissed, and I'm like, why? You have a problem with it because it's in your face and it's not behind closed doors, but that's the very establishment that you're spending your money with. I immediately was like, man, that's great. Like, do that. This is not the 1800s. There is so much available to us out there to where I don't want to spend my money or patron any establishment that don't want me there. I don't want my children walking into an establishment where the cops get called on them because they got to cuss out and go off on somebody who's a racist. When they put that sign up, their business is going to fold. And now your racist ass ways is hurting your pockets, which makes me happy. That's like me going to that club that be turned up with all those theater kids singing musicals, but then I bring my friend who only like trap music. Nobody asked you to come. We told you ahead of time what it was, so why are you here? We are now a society of people that protect our peace. And if you don't want us around you, go hang out with your buddies. We don't care.
Now let's be real. This isn't just about one little sentiment in Missouri. It is a symptom of something deeper. When a group feels so entitled to racial purity that they want to build walls to keep everyone else out, black, brown, Asian, native, that's not about community. That's about control. It's about fear, not freedom. It's a modern day echo of Jim Crow, dressed up in ruler chic and coded language. And while some blacks say that they don't care, they're saying let them go, as long as they leave us alone, we still have to ask, what happens when these isolated, racially exclusive spaces grow up in numbers?
I swear to God, nobody works harder than losers trying to get your attention. So in case you are not aware, there is a community of Mayo marauders up there in Arkansas, by the Ozarks to be specific, who are building a whites-only community. And when I say white, I mean white, like Yayo in the summertime in the 80s back in Miami. They're not playing no games. No blacks, no minorities, no alphabet gang, no nothing. Now, their reasoning for doing this is simple, at least to them. They want to preserve their culture. They want to know who their neighbors are and feel a more intimate sense of community. That isn't possible in the real world. They want peace that apparently niggas won't let them have, right? So all 14 of them literally packed up, bought some land in the mountains of Arkansas, and are building these houses from scratch. Now, I know what you're thinking. FX, you got to be tight about this. This is segregation, ain't it? And you would be right. But I got to be honest, man. Despite the racist undertone, despite how proud this probably make Jim Crow and all the motherfuckers like him, I know Jim Crow wasn't a real person. I'm just trying to be funny. I am here to tell you right now with my whole chest, I don't give a fuck. And there are several reasons why I don't give a fuck. Number one, this ain't legal. This is going to get challenged in court somewhere, and all their hard work will go down the drain along with all their fucking money. So good for them. And two, you couldn't pay niggas to want to live in the mountains of Arkansas. Y'all got to be fucking kidding. Don't nobody want to be up there with y'all? Oh, we're building a whites-only community and you're not allowed. I wasn't coming, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck you think this is? I'm a city boy. And the funniest thing is that they could have done this in silence. They didn't have to tell a soul. But they went through the trouble of building this whole community just for them. And then announcing it to the world, right? One, because they probably want to attract more like-minded people, which fair, I guess. And two, they want to own the libs. That's all they want. That's what these people get off on. They think that by announcing, oh, this is a whites-only community, it's going to get us all up in arms. Niggas don't care. Don't nobody want to live in Arkansas, bro. Immigrants ain't trying to live in Arkansas, my boy. They going to be in the East Coast, West Coast, down South. Leave that Midwest for y'all. That's all you right there, play. Alphabet gang don't want to live in this. I promise you they don't. They too fly for all that. They got way too much energy. I would bring them down. So in conclusion, because this video is getting kind of long, y'all keep doing y'all. And we will continue to not give a fuck. Okay? Okay.
In the name of culture, this isn't just about separation. It's about rewriting what America is supposed to stand for. And if we stay silent now, we are allowing segregation to make a comeback, not with signs, but with silence.
Let's talk about that whites-only town in Arkansas and the difference between that and a black community. Segregation was made because they didn't like black people. Black people created their own communities because they weren't allowed to be around white people. Then found solidarity with each other because they had shared common hardships. So for people to compare this white town with black communities is insane to me. Also, black communities very rarely have ever been just black people or black people only. And if there was a black person only town, then I would also say that that is wrong. Predominantly black is not equivalent to exclusively black. Now, is there black spaces? Yes, but why is there black spaces? Because racism still exists, and it's more comfortable being around people that you know aren't going to have that same racism than being in a position where you're put in the face of racism. There was a difference between protection and comfortability and racism and prejudice. Black people in America have very rarely been the aggressors to white people just because they were white, but can we say the same vice versa?
There are whites-only signs being erected in Missouri, the Ozarks. And I guess I'm wondering, like, why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? Here's my thing. Apparently, it's this community called For the Land or something like that. And they plan to go across all 50 states creating white-only communities where nobody else, like no other kind of people can come in, and they can have their own rules and be completely purebred for their ancestors and stuff. And here's my thing. That's fine. I actually would prefer if all the racist people were to go live in the woods away from, but here's the issue. When black communities come together, Black Tulsa, when black communities come together and they actually start doing something, they actually succeed and get somewhere, it's always taken away, burned to the ground. Lake Lanier, hello? That's my thing. And it frustrates me when it comes to the black community as well. It's like, we still can't bring our businesses, like our wealthy black businesses, back to the hood. Y'all ask black people, why don't you bring your businesses back to the hood? It's so much deeper than that. Like, we have been so programmed that we don't even help each other anymore. And this is just truth. This is just fact, y'all. I can only speak on my community because I don't know anything else about any other community. Y'all tell me. But that is what I've noticed about the black community. I think that we don't actually believe that we can be something. We can be a force to be reckoned with. We individually have our own thoughts, yes, about what we could be, but I don't think as a collective we have come together yet and really admitted to ourselves that we can be better than what we are. I recently heard about this theory, right? It's called the flea theory. Let me show y'all. So basically, they got a generation of fleas and they put them in an open canister with the lid off, and the fleas would jump out. They'd escape. And then as they kept on breeding the fleas and the generations kept on going, with the second one, they would put the lid right here. Let's just say at the top. And they started, and when they hit the top, that third generation only jumped to the top. Then they lowered it. By the fourth generation, they were only jumping to where they put the lid, even when the lid was off. Now, once the fifth generation came along, they left it completely open, and none of the generations jumped past that limit they did with the fourth. Are you catching what I'm putting down? It gets to a point that you're made to believe for so long that you are nothing, and you can be nothing, you can accomplish nothing, that you start to really actually be that and believe that. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, it's really sad that racists can come together and do more for their community than we can as black people. And I feel like we have to do better. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so in a nutshell, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about the white community thing. I didn't even bat an eye, to be honest. Baby, I live in the South.
So whether you care or not, you have to understand this. When people start dividing themselves by race to this extreme, it affects the fabric of society. The question isn't whether they leave us alone. The question is, what else are they planning when they have created their own echo chambers of hate? So let's stay alert, let's speak the truth, and most importantly, let's not be the generation that stood by while the past made a comeback. If they want to build their little world of wild, it's fine, but we shall be here, unafraid, united, and unmoved by fear. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you found value in what we shared, kindly consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you never miss any update from my videos. Your support really means a lot, and it helps us keep bringing you more insightful content. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.